The following story is true.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Doom Productions. Here we make videos about film and filmmaking, and we also make feature films that we release on YouTube for free for you guys to watch. We've been doing this whole thing now of Doom Productions for a full year. We've been going full time at it, releasing 3 videos a week, plus we've released 4 feature films, and it's been a lot of other crazy stuff that just happened this year for us. So it's been really exciting, and we just want to say firstly, thank you for all of you guys who have stuck with us and have been watching these videos and sharing our videos and watching our movies. It's really been a great treat for us. So we want to look back at some of our goals we had for 2021, see how well we did, but then also forecast our 2022 goals and seeing what's going to happen next and let you guys know kind of what to expect from us this year.
So last year we put out a video where we talked about our 2021 goals. Before then, we'd never made goals for our YouTube channel. That was our first kind of dive into this. So one of those goals was releasing a short film that we had been working on.
Yeah.
Did we meet that goal?
We did not, but a lot of that came down to the fact that we had other goals that kind of took over our year for us.
We succeeded in our other goals, which is why our
To the detriment of some of our other goals.
Yes.
That short film will still come out.
Yeah.
It's one that's a bit more VFX intensive, which we're getting better at now, but yeah, it's just one of those things where the post-production got eaten up by production of other projects. So that moves us into our next thing, which was our feature films goal.
we made a kind of goal to release 5 feature films. Last year we released Video Carnage, See You Soon, Wild Boys: The Hunt for Sasquatch, Wild Boys 2, 12 Days of Christmas,
which just came out, yeah. And then we
shot,
2 Little Ghosts and the Bell Rings.
so we've only released 4, but we made 6. Sorry.
Success. I don't know.
I count that as a success
I
on
do
our
too.
end. You might all feel that way. Sorry we cheated you out of 1 movie, but hey, you're getting 2 more this year.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. It's not for lack of trying. We definitely wanted to get 5 movies out this year, but
We were going nonstop. It's
Yeah.
kind of hard.
yeah.
But yeah, there's still plenty more good stuff coming. In terms of our next goal, it was we wanted to release videos every week for our channel. We made the goal of 2, but for the most part, we released 3 videos for most of last year, 3 videos a week. So that was awesome. That was a ton of work though.
It was very exhausting at times.
Yeah, especially when you're making a feature
Yeah.
and you realize like, oh shoot, I got to get a video out for tomorrow.
But I'm glad we put in the work because some great
Yeah.
opportunities have come from it, and it gave us a taste of what that YouTuber life is like.
It definitely helped our channel grow a lot.
Yeah.
And it made a huge difference just in the fact that we kind of became, we became YouTubers, which
Yeah.
was always the goal. No.
No, but it was a great experience, and we'll talk about how things might change or stay the same going forward. But before we get into our goals for 2022, let's talk our goals. Let's just look back at 2021. What have been our favorite moments from the past year?
Well, I think first thing that was exciting, you'll probably want to talk about more,
Oh, yeah.
which was we made our first big feature film of the year, which was Video Carnage. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, Video Carnage, that was a project that I started in January and finished end of May. It was a couple days before June. So really, I'm going to round up to 6 months just because of the
math is
the
better.
promo and like the other BTS content we had to make. But Video Carnage was 6 months of my life for the first part of 2021. So that's the first thing that stands out to me when I think about, last year was just the whole process of writing it and planning it and shooting it and editing it and making all the behind the scenes content. That was my entire life, just full time because I wasn't working at the time or working full time. So I had a lot of free time just to dedicate to making that film. And at the moment, at the time, it was really exhausting, really tiring, just working on the one singular project for that long. But looking back, I kind of feel like, wow, what a great opportunity that was to just make a movie and not worry about anything else, really. And just to spend my days just writing or shooting or editing or scheduling and everything. Yes, it was stressful. Yes, it kind of was mentally exhausting. But like looking back, I have like really fond memories of that, because that was some of the most fun we've had filming ever. Like working with May and Travis and everyone involved, and getting to meet Bellamy through that project, and just that whole, you know, here's what it's like, what it'd be like to make a movie, you know, with not having to worry about anything else in the world, just making a movie with your friends. That was really fun, and we learned a lot from that project too.
Okay. This is a big moment. What's going on? What are we doing here?
I'm free of my pain. Or we'll see when I watch through the file. We're hitting export on Video Carnage. Oh, only 14 gigs. I thought for sure that would have been closer to like 50, and that's the master file. It's not bad. So take a fat minute for it to load. Wow, I think October. I swear, I think October was closer to 20 to 30, somewhere in there. And that was only a 60-minute movie.
Yeah, it really felt like a whole new chapter from going from the House October Oh Brother world and focusing on this one big project together that we kind of let take the time that it needed.
Yeah.
Whether or not that was intended, that's what happened, and it was a really cool experience and set us up well for the year to come, I think, and gave us a good perspective on what it was going to be like making the rest of our projects that year.
Oh yeah.
Video Carnage was boot camp.
Yeah.
And then kind of going chronologically through the year next. We talked in our 2021 goals video about how fun it was to talk to people in the comments about our videos and getting to kind of get to know the folk filmmaking community. And we got to meet people for the first time in person who are other filmmakers. Firstly, that was RC Films. We met Caleb and Nathan from Yakima, and they came down to visit us for like 3 days. And that was just so cool to kind of get to know other filmmakers like in person. We didn't really have much of a film community outside of our friend group before that. So getting to get to know you guys, and that was just such a neat experience, and getting to drive around and show off like all of our favorite filming locations in the city and get food places.
Well, it was funny because when they didn't drive down as like, hey, we're fellow filmmakers. It felt like they're not going to mind me saying this.
Yeah.
They drove down as fans.
They drove down as fans.
They drove down because it wasn't
so
like
true.
They came down like, hey, I want to like, let's
Collaborate,
collaborate,
yeah.
let's do something. And we'd reference like one of our movies, like, oh yeah, I think I don't know if I've seen, like, they were like, they told us details about our movies that we'd forgotten, that we didn't even know. Like,
Nathan straight up quoted videos like verbatim at us. Like he had stuff memorized.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was so great.
Unlike anything we'd ever experienced before.
We had fans who drove down. I mean, they were fans then, and we're fans of them, but like now they are like
they're colleagues.
Colleagues, our collaborators, our friends. And it was really great just to get to know them and meet them. And they were the first ones who met us. So like they're always going to have a special place in our heart because they were the first ones to like really reach out and like prove that how much of a fans they were to us, like, for lack of a better word. But we met some other folks too.
Yeah, we that sparked this conversation pretty quickly. We'd been chatting with other filmmakers like Dan Lotz and Joel Haver and all these other guys, and we had kind of gotten to this point where it was like, shoot, we want to meet in person. And so it kind of snowballed into this point where a bunch of us got to fly out in August to meet in Chicago. So it was RC Films, 922 Films, and us all met together. So it was like Dan Lotz, Joel Dick, Ed, and then Nathan and Caleb as well.
And Elizabeth.
And Elizabeth Lotz, thank you so much for being such an awesome driver and host.
Yeah.
Letting us crash in your
and
place.
And Dan's family, his
and
mom
Dan's
and
family.
dad.
Oh my gosh, the dogs, just all of it.
We can breathe now. How's it going, guys? Good.
Remember your number. Stop.
Steal
all the criterias. Dan like pets them every night before he goes to bed.
Not Joel Haver We're still salty.
But we met up with Joel later on.
We did.
That year, a few months later. So that was really, because Joel was one of the, I think Joel and Dan were the two, and Cody.
First. Yeah,
the
and
three
Cody
of them,
Clark,
they were the first people that we did a podcast with Cody this year.
We did
That's
do a
right.
oh my gosh, we did do that.
There's so many fun, like all these connections that we've gotten to meet all these folks.
And countless more people we did Skype calls with.
Merdul,
Ethan
Stevens,
Kyle Roy,
oh my
Phantom
gosh.
Films.
Yeah.
We got to do a whole bunch of fun collaborations, and we look forward to what the next ones are going to be. But we really went into 2021 with a pretty loose connection to the folk filmmaking and just the internet filmmaking world, and now we have friends that are filmmakers, and that's so great. We have colleagues, we have collaborators, the whole thing. So it's just been a great experience all around, getting to meet all you guys who make movies like us.
Because making movies online is kind of a lonely thing.
Yeah.
You're kind of stuck in your own world, probably with your friend group in person, because maybe you might be the only person who loves films. Maybe you have a small group of you, but it's probably a small group. You probably don't know 20 people who want to make movies all the time.
Yeah.
So getting to connect with people online and even meet up with them and collaborate with them as close to in person as you can, that's so rewarding, because that just sends a message that, hey, you're not alone. There's other filmmakers out there who exist and are doing the same thing that you are. And even more than that, even more than collaborators, we've had people send us their movies, like Ignacio, Tora Films. Just so many. I'm blanking on
I know it's been a lot. That's the hard part. Is there's been a ton of people.
Gosh, who else has sent us a movie?
There was. Oh no, I feel so bad for forgetting names.
Mohat or Mohit, who just released Void Man.
Void Man.
Excellent film. Gosh, if you send us a film, please don't take it personally. We've had a lot of people send us their work.
Yeah.
But we appreciate every single one of you who have sent us stuff.
The fact that people care to get our opinion on their films,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know.
It's just crazy.
It's wild. Wild. We made short films
with people. Yeah,
with Dan. We've never collaborated with other people like that in this. Have we told the story before?
No. So when we were in, you probably know we made 2 chlorine short films. If you haven't seen them, they're on 922 Films channel. Go check them out. It's The Pickup and Day Zero for Chlorine. Yeah. So go watch those. But what you don't know about those is the reason those got made. So while we were in Chicago,
we were there 4 days.
We were there for 4 days. 4 tiring days. We were not alive.
We were very jet lagged.
We were super jet lagged.
We almost met God a few times on the plane.
It was the most awful red-eye flight I've ever taken.
We'll have to tell that story at some point. Yeah.
We need to almost remake it.
Yeah.
Because there's some funny bits that happen. But regardless, this grueling flight. But on the last day, we kind of talked about maybe we'll make short films together or something, but we didn't do anything. We mostly spent our time shooting interviews with each other for our various channels.
And just hanging out and enjoying each other's company.
Yeah. It really was just we just did stuff together. It was pretty fun.
There's a picture of us around the table where we're just eating food. That's really what we did most of the time.
Because Dan's mom did such a great job hosting us and giving us food. It was fantastic. And going to Portillo's, so much. Anyways, getting sidetracked here. There's so many things that happened. But we decided on our last day, we had a couple hours before we had to go to our flight to get home. And we decided we were going to break up into 2 teams, and each team was going to make an improv chlorine short film. So on my team, it was Nathan Cash and Dan Lotz and myself. On your team?
Yeah, mine, I was paired up with Joel Dick from 922 Films and Caleb Robinson from RC Films.
Yeah.
And we had an hour.
Yeah, 1 hour.
1 hour. So we were all at Dan's mom's house, and we were like, okay, we have 1 hour from now to shoot a chlorine short film. 3, 2, 1, go. And then we just rushed out, and we all returned in an hour.
Yeah. No pre-planning, no having an idea of stories ahead of time. We just had to do it.
Yeah.
Just the hat, I'm liking where the direction is going.
Don't tell us a damn thing. I don't want to know anything.
All I'm going to say is we had a ton of fun. This was one of the most fun shoots I think I've ever done.
You guys are back on the minute. 1 o'clock.
Yeah. 1 o'clock. We got done probably about 30 minutes ago. We kind of
Joel's always late.
No, Joel, you went exactly on time. You guys went exactly 2 times. So I feel like,
and which is why the film we did with Joel and Caleb, That was the reason it was in one take.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to shoot something that we could show like right away and immediately. With, addition, there's some music and sound effects and stuff that aren't really...
You could release that and it would make sense.
It would make sense, but obviously there's some stuff missing. But that's why ours was in one take, because we're like, okay, we're gonna get this in one take so we can just show it, and this is...
Well, wasn't your camera also having heating issues?
That's right. It had heating issues, which is a problem because...
It was so hot out there.
And that Joel's camera just kept overheating, so we had to keep redoing it, and because it would die halfway through the take, I had to have a coat over my head to hold it, because otherwise any direct heat would make it stop working.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah. And then ours we shot, it was such a fun experience. So now we have 2 movies that are short films that are canon in someone else's universe, which is fun to think about.
That's so much fun.
Yeah. And we hope to do more.
Yeah.
Who knows what that's going to look like? More collaborations, more meetups, more whatever. We love working on other people's stuff. It's just been such a rewarding thing to do. Also, it's great that we don't have the pressure of it being our thing.
Yeah, exactly. Bringing up, I guess next in chronologically, I know collaborating's been year-round, but Wild Boys was
such an unexpected thing to go into the year. We did not go into the year expecting to work with someone else in that capacity. So our relationship with Zach, we've talked about it before, but he's been a friend of ours for a while, but he was planning to go off to film school in September. And we thought, wouldn't it be awesome if Zach got to make your first movie before you even set foot in film school? So we gave him pretty much just access to our resources and us, and just said, what do you want to make? And that's how Wild Boys kind of got put together and how it was born.
And now he's going off to film school with 2 movies under his belt, which is incredible.
He leaves in like 2 days from now.
Yeah.
From when this video is being recorded.
Yeah, it's going to be, and that's doing that, just working with him and just, I don't know, it's not like we are responsible for him being a filmmaker, but it's nice to be able we were there for his first film.
Yeah.
He's always going to make a movie with or without us, but being there with him when he got to make his first movie was really special because we remember what it was like, and we were able to help him and tell him things that we wish someone told us when we were making our first stuff. So being able to be like, okay, Zach, you're already a much better filmmaker with your first movie than we ever were. So it's that was an awesome thing to do and help him with.
You got to say the words, Mr. Director.
That is a wrap on Wild Boys.
Yes! The hunt for Sasquatch. This is a good day.
And work with him in making the Wild Boys movies.
Yeah.
Getting to do comedy again was just...
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've done that.
No, we were always trying to make... We'd made stuff like Wild Boys in the past, but man, Wild Boys it just operates at a different level. It's so fun. We're going to be making Wild Boys movies with Zach as long as we possibly can.
Yeah.
Because, selfishly for us too, Zach, please don't kick us out.
I know. We like doing it. It's fun.
Just great. It's so good. So Wild Boys has been such a blessing. And then after Wild Boys, I had my Video Carnage experience. So House was my first feature film I ever worked on my own, but there was no script. I made it in 3 days and I edited it mostly on my own. You were there to help with some of the shooting as well and some of the story stuff later on, but for the most part, I made House on my own. But going into 2021, I really wanted to make my own feature film with a script and kind of be a full, direct a movie in a more traditional sense. And so I also was cinematographer and one of the actors, but we made The Bell Rings, which was a super grueling experience. And I have so much respect for all the movies you've made and directed and written and done all that stuff with. And I look forward to the next one, but oh my gosh, Bell Rings was so hard.
For me, I don't think of it as grueling. I think of it as emotionally taxing, but that was because I was in character a lot of it.
You were in actor mode only.
It was so much fun just to show up to set and just act. And not have to worry about planning or lights or scheduling or whatever. I just had to show up, and that was so much fun just to do that. I learned a lot as an actor, as a director, how to direct them and get into that acting process. I've talked about it before, but that was the first time I've ever had to do that I've ever gotten to do that on a movie. Because before, I'd have to write it or direct it or be involved behind the camera to some extent. But on this one, it was just purely acting, which was so much fun. I'd love to do that again in the future.
Same. I look forward to also the day where I just get to show up on set and act. That would be lovely.
Yeah.
But that was a great experience. I learned a ton. I talked I sound negative. I'm not trying to be, because that was genuinely a great thing, but oh boy, it's hard. And so I look forward to the next time I do a movie like that, where I get to just do it better, hopefully. It's a learning experience, and you gotta mess up a couple times to really get better. So I hope that I got better.
I think for me, another highlight of the year, which is kind of hard to share because it's not out yet, but is Two Little Ghosts, which is a project which predates 2021. The initial seed of the idea came October of 2020. Not our movie, but the actual literal month, October. That's where I had the idea for that movie and kind of slowly started working on it. So it's been over a year. It'd be closer to a year and a half as of now, I think, of like planning it out and working on that. And part of the reason that it's been kind of so long was I learned how to animate and learned how to use Blender and those software in that program to learn how to do animations, which is now a new tool for me to use, and is going to influence everything I do going forward, because I discovered this is something I love doing. I'm not saying I'm great at it. I don't think I'm an amazing animator, but I'm learning, and getting to incorporate that into my movies is going to be a whole lot of fun, and it's just a new tool for me to use, which I love, and it was so much fun. I mean, aside from just the movie itself was just a lot of kind of blood, sweat, and tears, and super kind of a lot of work went into that Two Little Ghosts, but getting to learn a new skill on top of that was really, really fun.
I think something that was really cool though was like we got to just be making stuff constantly. Like before this, we've been doing YouTube for a long time. We started doing YouTube videos back in 2013 where we uploaded short films sporadically to YouTube. There was no kind of schedule or rhyme or reason to when we would make a video. It was just, we have a short film, let's upload it, and we maybe would do it behind the scenes if that video felt extra special.
Yeah.
But we were never consistent. And so in the last year, getting to kind of go do that full-time YouTube thing where you're always having to make new videos, share different tips and tricks, kind of get to be a part of the community of YouTube in our very small little corner.
Yeah.
Like, it's been such a cool thing to kind of see and to watch the channel grow. Because we started Doom Productions at like under 200 subscribers.
Yeah.
And while we only made it to what, like 700,
we're
700?
Close to 700. We're 20 away from 700. If anyone wants to be generous and share our
make
channel.
20 accounts and come subscribe to us.
Yeah.
That's just been cool. And that's not like insane growth. That's nothing crazy, but it's cool to us that there's almost 700 people who care about our stuff enough to subscribe and stick around and see what the next video is. So.
And it's accurate to say that thousands of people have seen our movies, because it's true.
Yeah.
Last year, October and House both crossed the 1,000 view mark.
Yep.
And Video Carnage, within 5 days of its release, crossed 1,000 views. And it's now sitting at about 2,000 views.
And with each release after, that view count gets hit higher faster. Wild Boys, the first Wild Boys, Hunt for Sasquatch, that's at over 4,000 views now.
Yep.
So it's cool to see that growth and that affirmation that like, yeah, our people want to watch the stuff we make, which is really cool. And just to see our movies, which is the thing that we love the most in the world, like to see them do well, it was a proud parent moment for us.
I mean, we would be making movies even if no one watched it, but the fact that people are watching it, thousands of people, that's really cool to us, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah, so I mean, thank you. But that's kind of our 2021 in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much stuff we didn't talk about in this. These are kind of the bullet point moments. Thank you to everyone in any small way that or big way that you made this year special to us. It's been incredible. If we don't say it by name, we don't want it to go without thanks. So it's been a cool year, and we're excited to see where the next year takes us.
So going forward, looking ahead to 2022, in a similar manner, we want to talk about our goals for this next year. And that first goal is we would like to make 2 feature films, 1 each.
Yeah.
So I'm going to direct a feature film, you're going to direct a feature film. Yeah. And what's different about this, I mean, I'm sorry we're not promising 5 feature films.
Or 12 feature films
12
like
feature
Dan.
Films, yeah. But we spent a lot of last year focusing on, I mean, we were focusing on quality, but we did a lot in quantity because we're like, oh my gosh, we can make feature films now. Let's do 5 of them.
It's like learning your new favorite thing overnight for us almost.
Yeah, exactly. And what do you do when you learn how to cook your favorite dish, like if you love spaghetti and you learn how to make really good spaghetti, you make it a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Now, we've had that experience of making a bunch of feature films. We've made that spaghetti a whole bunch. Let's make a really, like, let's step it up a notch.
Gordon Ramsay level spaghetti.
Gordon Ramsay, 5-star. We're going to put a lot of our energy and our time into one film each this year, making sure that it's more polished than anything we've made, making sure that we're improving as filmmakers and taking the things that we've learned. Because through making lots of stuff, through quantity, you learn a whole lot. So now we're going to try to focus on quality and applying what we've learned in the last year and a half of doing this stuff.
And that's not to say there's only 2 films coming out this year, because like we said, there's still 2 Little Ghosts and Bell Rings that'll come out. And also, as long as Zach is down and we're all going to collaborate on that, there'll be more Wild Boy stuff coming out this year. So there's plenty of stuff that's going to happen from us feature film wise this year. So don't think there's just going to be 2. There's going to be plenty more, but that's where our focus and attention is going to be with the new projects coming forward that we're shooting.
For the last year, we've also done 3 videos a week for the most part. We promised 2 videos a week. We've done 3 for most of that.
Definitely the last, like since Video Carnage, we did 3 videos pretty much nonstop.
And this, going forward in 2022, I mean, we love doing 3 videos a week. It's a lot of work. But in order to focus more of our time and attention on other creative projects, we are going to do a podcast every week and a video every week.
Yeah.
That allows our films to have more of the attention they deserve. It also allows these videos to have more time and attention given to them, and the podcast as well.
Yeah.
So every week you can expect from us a video on Wednesday and a podcast on Friday.
Yeah. And this last goal kind of carries over from stuff that we've enjoyed the most of last year, which is collaboration. We're looking forward to more collaborations this year. Some things which have kind of already been in the works starting the end of last year and is moving forward now. And there's plenty of other things that we're looking forward to that are just kind of starting to get warm or just starting to get into the works.
We want to collaborate with more people. And so I guess that's more of a call than that depends on everyone watching.
You guys.
Not so much us. Because we want to collaborate with people. There's a YouTuber we've been working with for a bit. There's also another YouTuber we're going to be doing some stuff for. And I can say I'm going to be doing a soundtrack to a YouTube feature film that's coming out. I don't know when it's coming out. I can't remember, but that's for that filmmaker to decide when to disclose that information. But I am doing the score, the music for a YouTube feature that's coming out, which I'm very excited about getting to work on that and starting that up soon. And so if you want us to work on your project,
whatever that is, like we do it all.
Yeah.
So whatever you kind of want from us, like
voice
as long as it's
role,
feasible, like we're
acting,
down. Yeah. Cinematography, like we'll get whatever. We're like being producers on a film.
Oh my gosh,
soon.
I forgot about that.
And we're just Skyping in on set for that. So if that's all you want, just someone to be on set a little bit and give some feedback, why not? Yeah. We're open to that. Yeah. If you want actors, I mean, we'll do our best to make whatever
fly us out.
If you fly us out,
put us in a 5-star hotel. No, I'm joking.
If you're willing to pay for our ticket and fly us out,
that is actually yes. If you can fly us out and we don't have to pay anything,
and you're not a serial killer,
we will 100% do it.
So whatever that looks like, we're down. So that's really up to you guys on whatever that is. So you just got to let us know and send us an email.
Radul, I would love to, have you fly us out to Australia for a little bit, or that'd be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, email us at info@doomproductions.net, or you can DM us on social media.
Wherever you can leave a comment on this video. We'll figure it out. We'll get away. Just contact us, whatever way works best for you.
Exactly. That's our goals going forward. Those are some of our favorite moments from the past year. To everyone who's been with us on this journey, thank you so much for following us and supporting us. It might not seem like a lot to you, but it means a whole lot to us. Just you giving us your time and your comments, your likes or dislikes or whatever.
The fact that you're engaging with it is we're over the moon about it.
We love it. So thank you so much to everyone who has supported us, no matter how long part of this journey you've been. Going forward, if you are interested in following our stuff, keeping up to date with our feature films, whatever we're working on, collaborating with us, give us a subscribe, give this video a like, follow us on social media. We want to connect with you. We want to hear about your films and your movies, and we can't wait to see what 2022 brings for for all of us.
Yeah. So until then, we'll see you guys in the next video.